Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is August 10th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. So Tesla rebounding nicely again, up $33.07, 3.89%. Post-market closed at 883.07. Post-market, we were down by 67 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So yesterday we had a little bit of a bounce on 842.98. If we go see on the 1-hour chart, it's a little bit more clear. So 842.98, we bounced there at 11:30. Then we touched at 11:30. Then at 12:30, we bounced on it a little bit. And for the next 4 straight hours, we stabilized. So today, first thing in the morning, stock was super high. So we opened at 892.77 and it dropped down like crazy during the first hour. Lots of selling at this point. So maybe Elon had some shares left to sell. I don't know. Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. We came down pretty fast. And then from the second hour on, we started to climb back. A small resistance at 885. So we are back to the 885 portion, which was used, 885 was used as support August 2nd. And then we lost it, gained it back. And it seems like we have a little bit of a hard time gaining it back a little bit. We are very close to getting stochastic over 60 back on the 1-hour chart. And we have a MACD crossover. RSI is good and DMI is also good. So we have a nice little reversal right here. We had this downward resistance that I drew 1 or 2 days ago. And this downward resistance was broken at the open, but then we came back into it. And then look at this 3rd hour candle. We stopped very close to this resistance. And then from 12:30 on, then the candle sat on that resistance. So this is now becoming a support line. And we launched a little bit from that point on. Coming back on the daily chart, so we had been outside of this second channel. The first channel is right here. The first channel is right here. The second channel is right here. We came outside of that second channel yesterday, but now we are back in. We are back in. This means that we could be climbing back at this speed again. What caused this little drop from maybe 932 to now 883? It turned out that Elon had been selling some Tesla stock. There's an SEC filing that came out, I think, yesterday. So Elon Musk sold 7.92 million shares with a value of almost $7 billion. And the transaction took place August 5th, 589 across a total of 55 sales. So let's look at what happened here. So this is the 5th of August. So August 5th, this is what happened. So maybe he sold more on that day. We can look at that. August 5th is right here. So boom, the stock came down. Then August 8th, he sold again. August 9th sold again. And he said now on Twitter that he is finished selling. So maybe this is why we are recovering from that. Let's look at our indicators a little bit. So our stochastic was still right so far. So our stochastic was still above 60. So meaning that this drop right here was basically par for the course and was not just significant enough to get us outside of this bull trend that we have been in stochastic wise since July 5th. So this is interesting to see that the stochastic was not scared that much about what happened. In part because the stock had gone up so much since July 5th that this little bit of a drop was just a drop in the bucket. If Elon had sold a lot more, of course, stochastic would have come below 60. So MACD is still crossing over bullish and RSI is still bullish and DMI is still bullish. Another piece of news that was quite interesting is that today was dominated by the Labor Department CPI report, which broke the good news that inflation cooled in July as falling gasoline held headline monthly price growth at zero, with year-over-year CPI sharply decelerating to 8.5. So inflation is a little bit less than what was expected. So basically, the markets took this as a good news, so that maybe we are going to have less of a interest rate hike next month. So this was seen as a great news. So this had an impact on the stock market as a whole. So if we look at the VIX, look at the VIX here. VIX dropped like crazy. The fear indicator, so the fear came out of the market quite significantly. So this has propelled things a little bit. So Dow Jones, which was stopped at 32,919, just jumped ahead with a nice green candle, even going higher than this top here that we had at the end of May. So this is pretty bullish. S&P 500 also was topping right here at 4161 and now just broke that. Nasdaq also, and Nasdaq, what is very interesting about Nasdaq is that we have this big downtrend channel and Nasdaq break out of it. So we are outside officially, only 1 day outside. So we should wait for at least 2 when it's something this big. But we just broke outside of this downtrend channel. So we said that we were in a downtrend for Nasdaq since November 8th, approximately. And we are outside of this downtrend. It does not necessarily mean that it's going to go super high, super fast. It could go sideways, but at least it's not going down anymore. And the same thing for NASDAQ 100. So pretty good news. The markets are doing very well. And so far, it does not seem that we are going to cave into this resistance. So this should be good for pretty much all of the stocks. So let's just enjoy this. If I come back a little bit here to tell you how I played this, basically I had told you that I had sold my Tesla shares. I sold them around 885 and I did not buy them back. I played with options a little bit. I had a put option with a strike price of 900 that I purchased here that I sold. I did not sell it on August 5th. I should have, because it was a nice move down and we had a stabilization here with 2 candles on the same support. So this is a little bit a stronger support than only 1 candle touching a support. So in hindsight, I should have sold it, but hindsight is 2020. And I sold it right here at 879. I still made money here. What else did I do? After that, I bought a call. I don't remember where. I bought a call right here and I got this right a little bit. And I purchased another put when we lost this support here again. When we lost it with no stochastic, but another put. And I rode it well. And then yesterday, when I saw that we were stabilizing here with 4 little candles, I decided to buy a call strike at 850, just as a lottery ticket a little bit. Things were stabilizing and we had seen that there was some significant support at 842.98. So instead of buying back the shares that I had, because it was a little bit more risky to buy on a support, I did not buy after a big move out of support. The stock was still going sideways. So instead of buying 100 shares of Tesla, which would have cost almost $90,000, so I just decided to buy a call strike at 850. So that cost me $3,300. And I was willing to suffer a loss if Tesla was continuing to go down. But lo and behold, sometimes we are just lucky. The stock has been moving up. Right now, I still have my call and I'm going to wait a little bit to see how this is faring if we are breaking back above 885. And if I see that things are going back up, then I can just exercise my call and buy back my shares at 850. After having sold them at 885, I did not suffer from that move down with my stocks. And on top of that, I made some money on the way down, on the way up, and on the way down again with some options. So basically, this is why I qualify myself as a trader. I don't mind owning some stock, but when there's a significant drop down, I prefer to get out of the stock and write the thing down and come back in again. So this is not financial advice. This is just me sharing what I do and what I like to do. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.